And maybe they were already inside. I see a ward. Maybe they got the kill, then they get the ward. They wanted to ward the jungle against Chen, so they were running in, and probably Vega were trying to anticipate the gang, so they were standing on the high ground.
Hard to say. We did come into it a bit late.
Only
Some good detective work.
Venge maybe has boots. I don't know.
Uh-oh. They're gonna go for more here. Mag just runs right at them. Spin comes out by Silent, committing onto Mag. Then he decides, I don't want to fight him anymore. No one looking to wail away at him. The cast comes out and they do get the kill. Jug just doesn't quite have the firepower to bring him down. So a quick 1-for-1 around the map. Well, 2 kills that didn't have to happen. Very interesting start to this game. So wait, who got the bounty runs? Just to double check. So we've got a double bounty run grab for VP. And they're going to be in great shape here after that.
So G getting body blocked as well. He's just forced out of the lane once more.
I like how G's getting pressure. I feel like G's been given a lot of matchups where he's just got the better 1v1 based on hero. And he's been playing really well, and then there's no pressure on him, but
Yep.
I like the little drive-by.
Lina versus Zeus is quite good for Lina, so they need to be able to help the Zeus a bit to make sure that the Zeus will be able to do fine.
And like prior to this game, we've seen a lot of his Death Prophet, and when he's left 1v1, Death Prophet seems to be beating most heroes in this patch.
Yeah, and they have Prophet on offlane, so it makes it much easier for him to solo, because there's always the constant pressure that the enemy mid laner has to face. Oh, the Prophet might TP in, I can't go too aggressive, I need to be more aware of my positioning in the lane, so you might miss out on a lot of CS when you have that in mind.
So it is going to be the Pasha Ember Spirit, but he's under a lot of pressure early on.
And that was like one of my most favorite Ember Spirit players from Europe back then, when they were winning a lot of games.
He really carried them at times. It was either that or it was, you know, say no one on his Shadow Fiend or TA.
There are 3 things: the Shadow Fiend from no one, his Ember Spirit from Pasha, and the Brood Mother from Mag. Those are the 3 heroes that they were really scary back then.
Times have changed quite a bit though. Mag off to the jungle now. Playing a different hero here in the Darkseer. So overall, Winter, looking at the lanes, VP, they got the double bounty run grab, they got the first blood, and they are also winning here in terms of CS. So they are off to a fantastic start.
It's gonna be up to the Chen though to break the balance of the early game. He doesn't have the best partner with the Witch Doctor. Probably he's just gonna try to rotate around.
And he did have to spend 2 sentries here just to deward his own jungle, because the Darkseer is using the other big camp.
It's difficult for him to rotate around because there's the heroes in the lane. If you look, like Darkseer can't really set up for him, and if you look at mid lane, Zeus can't really set up as well. So it's either the enemy overcommits or he's there to respond to a gank. It's very hard for him to try and initiate a gank.
FNG, he knows that Chen could show up, but he's going to try to smoke his way on towards mid. Might get revealed here any second. Chen heading to the left instead. And dodge away from this one. FNG now in the trees.
He has some tangles.
Don't think he's been scouted. No, there's no dire ward there. But no one's at full health, and he's up on his own cliff. Meanwhile, DK Phobos gets caught out by the angry Mud Golem. Goes for the quick TP, not gonna make it. Mauled down by the creeps, and still no one hugging the tower. This is the beauty of the Zeus. Very long range on that Chain Lightning. Let's see if he walks up just a bit farther. Oh, FNG coming in, but that's not gonna happen. Good positioning by no one.
And he was already playing very safe as soon as bottom lane. They don't see the VS in the lane, so the only lane that the VS can gank is most likely the Zeus lane. So he was playing the situation really well. Like some players would have like, okay, maybe I can just go out a little bit just to get one
creep. I just want one creep.
One creep.
That's all I need. Greed was the downfall. So they are going to bring the bottle out now. He has up for the early boots here.
And the soaring build. He's going for the soaring build first.
Oh, barely gets clipped there by a stun. G might be able to run him down with auto attack. Zeus so squishy. Run, Mario.
He has double damage. That's why he's squishy. Lina has double damage.
And Zeus has less than ideal armor. G snipes him around the tree line. He did have to ward up the hill. So I believe he saw most of that retreat. But
I did not expect him to get that.
Drills him with the long range dragon slave. That was right at the tip.
I thought he was actually fine, but he was not.
So in addition to getting that kill, he's 30-5 mid. Of course, Lina should win the lane against Zeus without any ganks, but this is really getting ugly now. And this time the gank should work. FNG rotates in, another slave to start it off, following up with the light strike ray, and just raw auto attacks get the job done. FNG, maybe the trade as the Witch Doctor comes in. And gets the Maledict off, needs one auto attack, somehow finds him around the tree line. And now G's turn to die. Alright, full Russian Dota in the mid lane. The Mud Golems get involved, but pops the fairy fire. G able to juke away. He's got some stick charges here. Also has the light strike right. Not sure if they're gonna catch him. Mud golems in hot pursuit. They really want this one. And do they have the rage for the boulder? Does no say over the Slayer. He pops the fairy fire. He does get the kill and he gets the experience. G at least getting their trade there. The creeps decided they wanted a piece of that action too. 4-4 the score. And we're only 5 minutes in.
That was actually worth to get that kill for the Witch Doctor.
It looked like the Witch Doctor was about to just feed him a freebie for a second. That could have been really bad if he got the experience as well.
Yep, so right now the Ember pops level 6. Like I mentioned, it's going to be very hard for Chen to initiate a lot of plays this game just because of their lineup. So Ember has to be the one, to carry that weight, move to maybe the Dark Seers lane and pop an Iron Shell, run up to the carry and get a kill on the Juggernaut. But that would also be tough, so I think the easiest kill for him to get is either the Prophet or try to kill the other heroes, the Lina or the supports. The Juggernaut wouldn't be an easy kill in this case.
Solo Rapier on the top lane here. The Courier may scout him out, but already they've managed to jump Phobos. Phobos not going anywhere. Trapped to the Sprout and eats his way through and ended by the Chen.
Oh,
I think he wanted to give the Ember the
kill. He even left the kill, yeah, for the Ember. But then the creeps actually got the kill, right?
Are you going to take it? Are you going to take it? Too bad. No one. Let's manage to get off that initial bolt, and FNG could probably run him down with one more chain lightning. Actually, the tower just blasting him away. Massive amount of damage coming from that, and meanwhile G is at level 6, so quite likely we could see another kill coming very soon from that Lina.
And they have to be able to protect the Zeus more.
He's got the Hell Ward now, so he does have a bit of extra vision.
So far right now, the Chen has made 2 successful rotations to help the lanes, which I thought would be difficult, but because the enemy is diving, and Phobos once again gonna get dove by the Chen.
No, this is not fun for Mr. Phobos. He is the offlaner. Some sacrifices will be required. Lil Hardy, oh, there's an itch apparition in this game. We literally haven't seen bottom all game, but Lil Hardy, his first contribution is feeding solo on the Chen, who gets off his ultimate, runs back in, it's his turn to die, and now G again with the DD road. This is getting a little outrageous. Come on, Valve, seriously now. He gets the double kill. Out of his mind. Now the creeps will be massacred. And this is looking like one of those G games, which happens fairly often, where he just kills the entire team himself. Silent now, Blade Fury has the Mango if he wants to go for an Omni Slash, but thinks better of it because everyone's about to respawn. And is going to play it safe.
And bottom lane, he doesn't have a spin. They're going to try.
He's got the Mango Omni though. They got to be cautious.
So far has started to catch up in terms of his farm. Still quite low level. And Ember went back to top lane.
I feel like there's been more kills this game than in like 3 other random games for the tournament combined, which are at 7.5 minutes.
Isn't that a good thing?
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm wondering why we've seen so few high kill count games compared to this.
This is a CIS versus CIS match. What do you expect?
Had other ones, haven't we? This is not the first of the tour.
Really?
Do you think it's just the vodka setting in? Mid lane. G gets cut out the Malix there. Bolt to follow up. He can turn this one for a kill. No one. Oh, you gotta be careful, my friend. Zeus ult. That might be enough with the Maledict to keep him down. We'll get the kill. Let's call, but grabs it in the end. I'm not sure. I think G was just maybe hoping he would try to hang on to the ult and chase. And FNG. Alright. Gonna run in. Dealing with the Slayer lets him know he does have a death ward, and FNG will cancel it. Walks away. Whew, what a game.
What's going on?
Where's the analysis, Winter? What's going on in this game?
Game is hard, but I was like expecting the Ember to actually be the one initiating more moves, but instead it was like the Zeus, the Chen, like especially the 2 supports, the Witch Doctor and the Chen were actually making a lot of plays around the map, trying to help the Zeus, especially after the early pressure that he succumbed to versus the bench and the Lina. Early deaths, but right now he's caught up nicely. Like he's still 1500 behind the Lina, but overall the hero just mostly needs the levels to be able to be effective during team fights.
Bottom lane, looks like we're gonna push for the side of VP.
Man, I'm still waiting for this Ember to make a play though. I think like early game with the Ember rotation plus the Zeus ultimate, it's quite easy for the Ember to just get the kills on the A and even the Prophet or even the Lina.
Well, is he gonna come in now? It's the Chen looking to join this one. Solo getting involved, the creeps have arrived, but Silence gonna spin, the stomp, not effective. Everybody backs out and they remnant forward, trying to grab Silent and control him here. Has the stick charges, but it's not really gonna matter. Just completely ineffective against the Chen army. As Pasha burns him down, they finish the kill off with the Zeus bolt. And then a dance party breaks out inside the stadium to celebrate Vega's latest kill.
Yeah, that was just what I was waiting for. The rotation Zeus with levels and Ember Spirit obviously with the Iron Shell. This is the window that Vega are really strong. They have to take advantage of the fact that when they are strong, they have to get as much of map control, as much objective as they can. Because later into the game, when Prophet starts to split push and Juggernaut and Lina gets more items, it's not going to be that easy anymore.
Vega now grouping up and playing around the Chen, as you mentioned, looking for the tower. Centaur did a bit of scouting. He's going to rejoin the squad. And let's see where they go next.
They're
Phobos
just
off
trying
to the
to
top
split
lane.
and try to get trade-offs.
It does seem like they're not very interested in fighting. At least not right now.
It's quite difficult for them to fight here on though. If the Chen creeps, Omnislash is not going to be so effective. The most of the damage output will come out from the Lina. And as long as the Ember Spirit, tunnel visions the Lina, make sure that every fight he focuses the Lina, takes her out of the fight, that's like big chunk of damage removed from the VP.
It's gonna get harder now though, because G is about to grab that Yule Scepter, which means no Flame Guard, or at the very least he can remove the chains and stall while the team comes in.
But then again, he just needs to like set up, right, with the chains or whatever, and then there's Zeus, Witch Doctor, all the heroes that have a lot of damage behind.
Great timing here by FNG on the stun right as Mag began the surge away, but they need a little more backup. Prophet tried TP it. Oh, just got the range for the swap. That buff from a couple patches ago. One more auto attack. Prophet doesn't have mana for the ult.
Yes, Quelling Blade on the Darkseer.
Oh, no Prophet mana, or he could have sniped him with the Nature's Wrath there.
Oh dear.
Oh, actually, it's stick. Maybe it was on cooldown when that happened.
Not sure.
Not sure.
He didn't really have a vision on the Prophet back then. Not sure if his stick was on cooldown or whatnot.
Yeah, Pasha has had a good start, as you keep on bringing up, and rightly so, that he is their big playmaker, the focal point of the draft as it goes towards the mid game. It becomes less about the Chen, more about the Ember. And for VP, limited ability to control that Ember. Silent Blade Fury, very ineffective here, and Pasha just going to calmly go back to farming the wave.
I think the control on the Ember probably might have to come from the Prophet getting a Scythe or Orchid in this game. Those are the options that they have at the moment, or even like I think Parker mentioned getting a Shadow Blade on the Lina, so you can actually use your Light Strike Array during the Shadow Blade to catch out the Ember. Those are the options they have.
Yeah, but if he has Flame Guard up, even that won't be enough to kill him.
FNG?
If he has Flame Guard, then you're going to need a +1. Pasha able to Remnant away. But they are still in the chase there. The Yule setup comes through. As another Remnant tries to slide up his dodge, but does end up getting caught and blasted. EP overwhelming him. Just not quite far enough back on the positioning with the Remnant there. And didn't have a plan B at that point.
Yeah, once he didn't have time to use another Remnant, he was basically dead. But the other thing that they can actually still do is like swap into the stun from the Lina. That's a bit more, complicated. Trying to catch up the Ember.
Silent running around the Rosie through the wall. He gets tired of it and decides to start spinning on Mag, and Mag will trade his life away to the Juggernaut. Meanwhile, Silent working on the Battle Fury, so he has eclipsed the Ember Spirit in terms of net worth and may even accelerate his advantage once this item's complete.
Yeah, that is a big problem for them. Hear me?
I can hear you.
Alright, I thought you can't hear me. Once the Battle Fury comes up from the jug, it's just gonna be very hard for the Ember to keep up after that. Lead will be very, very hard to control because Prophet and Juggernaut will be able to split the map, and Phobos here gonna get caught out. And they actually get more from this smoke gang, like get Roche.
Looking at the lane position, it doesn't seem like it. May be Roche, but they're definitely not getting towers. Bottom tier 1 already claimed.
They have to get more, they're not in a very good position now, Vega, even though they are leading in terms of kill score. But the farm-wise is on the side of VP. The Juggernaut leading the net.
We are looking at it go. Vega defending the mid lane. VP wrapping around from the north. Look at the warding of this jungle. This is very devastating for Vega's farm potential.
Yeah, and by the way, Liu is getting a Veil of Discord this game.
On the AA?
Yeah.
Oh boy. That is going to be pretty ugly. Very interesting pickup.
And they do have a huge amount of spell damage. Bench stun, the Blade Fury,
The Prophet ult.
yeah, Lina spells.
Oh, he lobs out the Ice Blast. The last few have not been ideal. This one, also, just for scouting. I haven't seen a big Ice Blast for damage yet this game.
They're just worried that Vega goes for the road. I'm not sure if they have a medallion or what.
I think not. No medallion.
Yeah, it's actually quite hard for their lineup to do Roshan quickly. They can do it, but it takes a lot of time.
But they are grouping up, using the mech to their advantage. The Chen army, in conjunction with the rest of the Vega army, pushing forward. They get off the stun and a spin on the Chen creeps. They will almost all die here before he's able to get this off the hand of God. That's a terrible way to start the fight. Then they knock down the Darkseer. Things looking pretty ugly for Vega. In fact, the Ice Blast is pulled out. It's going to connect those two. Heroes quickly dropping. Pasha, send back. He will make it out in the nick of time, but they're now in headlong chase, and Vega are going to have to run the hell away. Solo backing off Phobos. Sprinting forward. Can't quite get in range there. They'll take the tower as the trade.
And once they lost the Chain Creeps there, VP knew that they would be able to take that fight right away. Oh no.
Not even done yet. No one also gonna fall. Another pick off for VP.
Thanks to the ward again, the vision allowing Juggernaut.
Those triple wards in the wood, just nowhere safe for Vega in their own jungle. And they're looking for a bit more Ember. Does he have a remnant up? Yes, he does. Still another kill for the Radio.
Things are looking
Just the
really,
tower
really
will
bad
drop.
for Vega. This should be their timing with the mech, like you mentioned, having the mech advantage, but they're not able to clear the team fight, so putting them even further behind right now. And VP's lineup is not even at its peak, and you're still losing the team fights. So that's a really bad sign for them.
And it really does feel like that entire engagement just came down to a slightly late hand of God. If they have the creep army, there's no way VP engages there, but
yeah, there's no way you can run up because the can't go past the creeps and just go for the hero. The Darkseid just got focused because it weren't there.
yeah, absolutely. So Soma the Slayer back to the jungle now. I think at this point they realize there's got to be wards in the neighborhood, but actually no sentries on him, so won't be easily able to de-ward anything. EP are pretty far ahead of these two cores at this point. Do you see any way for Vega to try and apply some pressure, or are they now just going to be forced into a very defensive posture?
They maybe can wait for one or two more items, maybe the Darkseer Blink, but I don't think that they can. This is a game that they can farm and just wait and go for late game with the Ember.
I think did they get scouted there? There's a ward.
There
right?
was a ward behind, that's what I'm
I
not sure.
think it's off.
Maybe they saw it.
It was close.
I think overall Vega has to like keep fighting and hopefully they win fights and get back into the game. If they don't win fights, it's difficult for them. So use a mag, pitching him out.
And another one bites the dust. Mag will go down. They're just gonna trade mid. So are we gonna see a switcheroo where now it's Vega who are split pushing and VP who are looking for the fights, do you think?
Yeah, because it's hard, but I still don't think that is ideal. But considering the situation they are in right now, they have to be able to get more items before they are able to fight. At least maybe the blink on the Darkseid so they can initiate and take make a first move to try and win the fight. Otherwise, it's just difficult for them to be able to just run in.
The worry is if it does turn into farm trading. Silent has that battle
Yeah,
fury,
I mean,
so.
I understand. Like, Battle Fury plus Profit, it's going to be hard to keep up in terms of your economy. They don't really have much choice though, because when you pick the Chen and you don't get ahead in the early game, this is what is going to happen.
They force the entire Vegas squad to rotate bottom,
Oh,
and
he has the Agonyms already
Ice
on.
Blast even comes out.
Chen has Agonyms.
That's big. Do they group around this again and try for round two of the
I
fights?
think they have to though. They can't really afford to split up because the more split up the game becomes, it's better for VP. They are able to just outfarm them.
And this is where having the AA becomes so huge. With a really fat Chen, with a 30-second cooldown ultimate, and a big army, having the Ice Blast to mitigate Vega's 5-man potential is potentially a game changer. And now grouping up in the pit, this is the AA's wet dream. See if Vega actually commit to it. Trian scouted out, they know what's going on.
Without a medallion on like the support side,
Their damage,
difficult,
their
though.
single target damage is terrible.
taking so long for them to kill them.
Even the Ember is just not a single target to carry.
This is very worrisome for Vega. It seems like they understand that they need to be making something happen, otherwise they're just falling further and further behind. I think you're gonna get caught out by that snare.
Lena looking for the turn though, and Pasha does get stunned from the high ground. Laguna! Oh, he used too many remnants on the jump in.
He wanted to burst the bench because bench was really tanky there.
Like you said, it's like they need to make something happen, and he did, but it came at a cost. You can understand why, though. Oh man, that really hurts. And there's an Orchid coming, so spreading the map is not going to work. Hey, Phobos has nearly completed the second Oblivion staff.
I still believe that the best way for Vega to come back is to take team fights. Like, fight together, not alone, then you get Omni Slashed. They need to be able to take team fights and try to win the team fights with Darkseer Vacuum Wall combination and the Zeus ultimate. Like, the Zeus has a lot of damage.
Well, it looks like Witch Doctor trying to initiate here on the H apparition does get caught out. The Death Lord goes to work with the Chen army, which might be their strongest weapon at this stage.
That's not a significant kill that they're getting there. It's just like...
It means the core doesn't end up dying. I'm happy with that.
Phobos is really close to the Orchid there, so that's gonna hinder a lot of split pushing that your Ember is gonna do. Because once you see Phobos with the Orchid, then you can't really play so aggressive on the Ember Spirit anymore after that.
I mean, VP is just rolling them over at this point. The items come out on every core now. Juggernaut well on his way to the SNY or Manta style. Lena Aghanim's just about completed. The Prophet also basically done the Orchid. Ancient Apparition is the Gloves of Haste on top of the Veil, working towards a Midas. And oh, then there's FNG, who doesn't need items. So Vega have a lot of fires to put out, and not much in the way of water to do it with.
I mean, say if you go into late game, like you have to go like, you're talking about like super late game when you have a lot of items like 6 slot on Ember and you're defending high ground slowly against their heroes. But even then, when you reach that stage, Prophet's gonna have Aghanims, he's gonna rat you.
There might be there's probably double Hex late game as well from Alina and a Prophet, and Jug maybe even has an Abyssal. So if you get caught, they don't have a Dazzle or some like they have the Chen heal, but not a guaranteed save.
The rest of his teammates are not very good in the late game situation, like ultra late game situation.
And in theory, if you had the perfect back sprint cleave combo, then maybe, but it's just not reliable.
Yeah, but what if the Juggernaut is the one sieging your tower with spin all the time and Prophet is ratting? Like they do not have to group up in one lane to...
Then you probably lose.
Yep, that's gonna be difficult then, because the only way Vega can win in those situations is you take a good team fight with Vacuum plus the wall and a start of phase. And if VP make sure that they only send the Juggernaut to siege all the time, Prophet ratting other lanes and not allow that to happen, VP should be able to take the late game.
Hand of God gets used here. And they are hunting no one into the tree line. They swap him. Self fuels. No, Juggernaut. No mercy. Slices right through the puny Lord of Lightning.
There goes the Orchid. If you're gonna be able to use the silence to pick off the Amber Spirit, that would be actually super huge for them if they can actually do it.
And he is just so far behind.
They're gonna see the Amber soon. So let's
5,000 net worth down.
Let's see if they make the play. They see the Amber in mid. Oh, they're going for
they want the Roshan. You're gonna get that, it looks like. Does Vega even attempt to contest? No Zeus ult, no buyback. Can't imagine how they would, but they may try. It's gonna be too late. They lack the firepower they need. Lena grabs the Aegis already. And Vega gonna have to back out, so... Things looking bleak for the Vega fans out there, Winter.
When there's a will, there's a way, you know? Like late game, maybe you count on the vacuum more. I mean, it's not all lost yet. Like the opponent might make a mistake and they are sieging high ground. I mean, it's still possible with the lineup that they take a successful team fight and come back into the game with the vacuum wall. Like, some games it's hard to see a way to come back, but this type of lineup, there's still hope. It's just difficult because the enemy probably has 4 heroes that are at cost. Like even the bench can be, if you go into a late game where the bench is able to farm out a couple of items.
It's gonna take a while for FNG, but it's definitely possible. I think it does have the slightly more farmed, like support heroes, I guess.
Yeah, because
with
they have
the
the jungling hero, so it's kind of expected.
It hasn't been enough to equalize the whole game though.
It also comes as an expense of the Darkseer because you have 2 heroes using the jungle, so someone has to suffer, someone has to make way. It becomes really crowded in the early game in the jungle, that's why you see the Darkseer's net worth this game is really low when you don't win the team fights because he doesn't get enough space to farm.
Sandriacha now done, 223 CS on Silent. This guy is a farming monster. Almost 10 CS a minute. while constantly pushing with his team. His kill count isn't that high, but he's been involved in a lot of these tower sieges and generally applying pressure on the map.
If you see the way he was playing, like every time he has Omni set up, he's always constantly looking for action, like joining his team. He wants to put his big spells on cooldown so he actually gets something instead of just, you know, some carries maybe prefer more farming, trying to be, and make sure you do, like you farm your items. But the way Silent has been playing the Juggernaut this game, he's been really aggressive trying to look for pickouts and giving space to his supports like AA to take a lane or even the bench to get some farm.
Just to even further bolster the VP economy, Lil getting close to the Midas. You can just see Vega's positioning bottled up in the base. Ember the only man who actually shows himself in lanes, and at some point there will be hexes. Already the Orchid is the temporary solution, and you can see Solo is going to resort to special tactics here, calling the army down to bottom. Island might just end up farming it with this blink. Creeps will die quickly to right click.
Desperate times, you know, when you see the Chen doing this, you just split push.
You may assume there's backup here for the Chen army. Soul flies out, so clearing out his own jungle. Could kill these creeps. Yeah, he's just gonna start with some nice tomatoes for dinner, and well, he will at least get the Dark Troll Summoner. Forces the callback.
For VP right now, for them, it's just to make sure that they don't make any bad missteps, try to slowly suffocate the opponent, get more farm, because they know that their heroes are going to be able to farm much better around the map with the Prophet. You farm much more efficiently, so as long as you don't make any mistakes, don't overstep or overextend anywhere, you should be able to extend your lead the longer the game goes on.
Sure. Has completed his own Battle Fury. I think we just mentioned that a bit earlier, but that works towards his next item. It just feels like Tasha is so far behind. And with the threat of being ganked, he can't farm as aggressively as he would like in a game where the Ember had a better start. So they're gonna instead go for the smoke, and FNG, he's there to tank it, so all they get out of this is revenge. Vega, it's something, but it's not the kill they were looking for.
I mean, at this point, they're like, you can't really be fussy on what kills you're getting, because they're just so far behind. The score is even, but farm-wise, it's just really, really big difference between the VP cores. They have full map control, so, I mean, in this type of game, you want to further suffocate your opponent, you want to get a gem next to make sure that you remove the vision.
Yeah, I would say gem, some aggressive wards. You are up against the Zeus, so maybe they end up getting dewarded, but you can also punish him when he goes for those dewards. And has picked up the Basher now. The VP gain a new source is the proper line. We'll have a pause here. Felt like the game was lagging a bit. Not sure why. Seems okay right now. 29.
Maybe just some spike.
Maybe it was the dance party in the stadium that was throwing the servers for a loop. They want to clock out and go have some fun.
I've been working for 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because we're doing the casting from the, like, I guess you'd call them like the skyboxes at the venue.
The VIP booths.
The VIP booth. So you can just walk out onto the balcony and see them building the stadium. And they're doing it basically from scratch here in only 2 days. So it may be burning the midnight oil, but it should be a great show. CS:GO and Dota both holding hands, playing nice together. One big happy esports family, Winter. Of course, Dota's better.
Yeah, Dota's better, you know, but as a true esports fan, you know, esports, everyone is the same. Dota 2.
Oh no, Pasha. If everyone's the same, then he should have the same amount of farm as Silent, but he does manage to get out of this one. Where were you going with that, by the way?
I just wanted to say if you're all from esports, every game is the same, you shouldn't be biased, but what is better? Just happy that there are tournaments.
Like, I actually am a big CS:GO fan, so get mad, guys. We're all friends here. As long as you don't play Heroes of the Storm, you're cool with me.
I play StarCraft. Oh, actually,
StarCraft
I watched StarCraft.
StarCraft is an OG game. That's definitely on the list of acceptable games.
Oh, acceptable games.
VP now moving down the bottom lane. And they're gonna jump Pasha. Oh god, that was ugly. Basically full health. It's gunned down from distance.
That was the Aether Lens range, you know, for the stun. You see how far he actually casted the light strike away from?
That was really sexy. Looking on mid now. I know, they're looking for creeps. Silent's just trying to set a farming record at this rate. It's just so tough for Vega to get out on the map. I can't stress enough how much they're just contained at this point. Witch Doctor hiding in the trees, Chen hiding in the trees, Ember shows his fiery face for half a second, he ends up going down. They're in desperation mode.
And you know, the problem is like he has to try to keep farming, otherwise if he can't keep up, he's like the only person that can actually farm around the map. So if he plays passively, they're not going to be able to win and try to come back into the game as well.
Yeah, but it's so easy to punish if he does play aggressively, so it's just a rock and a hard place. Oh, Syama, quick TP out, was very close to going down there.
Things are just looking really bad for Vega right now. They have to like figure a way to be able to get farm or try to smoke, get a pick off, like, but it's hard for them to place wards now because they're contained in their base as well. They can't really move out. And they don't have smokes.
Which only further compounds the issue. Point there by Pitmuckle.
And because they can't really move out of their base without smokes right now.
Even if they had a smoke, VP have 2 global heroes. They have double blink on their cores, actually 3 with the lead of BOT, so even if you 5-man smoke, they can almost instantly have 3 heroes there, possibly 4 to 5.
I mean, I'm not saying that you do a 5-man smoke. You probably have to show like.
Oh no, I know you're not saying. I'm just saying like even with the smokes, it's still tough to make a play.
Yeah, but without a smoke, it's like no chance.
Yeah.
With the smoke, even it's hard, at least you have a chance.
There's a ray of hope. Mag moving out into his jungle. Like Vega may try to reestablish a bit of control here, but Silent is farming the Ancients. We see Lina pushy in the bottom lane. The Chen and Ember on base defense duty. Looks like they're trying to keep the Chen behind the Ember for the send back in case things get ugly. Creeps will push up.
Yeah, but we saw the last time that he just died in one combo.
Oh, that's what happens when you leave the base. Execution, Silent style. Unveil the Abyssal Blade there for the kill.
They're just like playing this game really well so far, like containing their enemies, not trying to make too many. Like they understand that they don't really need to rush things to try and end the game, even though they have a really good lead. They just need to make sure they contain their opponents, further extend their lead. It's like small steps, you know. They're not rushing into anything.
And they've just itemized well. The Orchid to shut down the Ember, the Blink Daggers.
G. Gonna get the stun.
Already back.
But they're just even camping, like they're camping heroes like everywhere. Like you mentioned in the trees, just waiting for Vega to try and farm and then kill them after that. Frustrating their movement so much.
And I like I do like the fact the VP aren't actually trying to break the base yet, because
they don't.
That's the only place where Vega really have a great shot, is when they get the vacuum into a wall with the Ember cleaving and the now Aghanim's Death Ward up on the Witch Doctor. Maybe then they could take the fight. So VP say, we're not going to give you that fight, not yet anyway. And then Blink forward, Silent goes to work with the crits. He does tons of damage, has the Blade Fury to deal with the Ghost Scepter. And still the Omni Slash going. G's looking for an additional kill now. Can't get in range. Doesn't quite look like it, but back for the rush. Bless. Vega just being bombarded. There's mortar shooting everywhere into their base. Constantly under siege. It seems like VP might even be having a debate about whether they should consider just running in and killing them now.
Basically, the only 2 heroes are farming, like maybe 3 heroes are like Darkseid Iron Shell plus the Chen creeps and the Ember sometimes being able to farm outside the map. Like the Witch Doctor and Zeus are just waiting for creeps to come to the tower and farm those creeps. What a sad life.
They are sharing scraps of bread while VP are having an 8-course meal.
Fine dining, dude.
Yeah. Got the entire wine rack available for their selection.
Yep, they have foie gras.
5 different desserts. All very expensive, of course. Vega have 1 piece of bread. I want the crust. Good, you can have it. It's all moldy anyway. They do get out on the map now, though. With the Roshan being taken, They at least managed to get Pasha down to the top lane, and he is doing a decent job of keeping his farm of all things considered. 2200 on the bank. Is this where you just have to go straight into a rapier? And can you justify not going for one at this point?
I think he just needs damage, whatever he gets, like damage, like Daedalus, Rapier. You can't afford to go defensive. I think maybe in a normal situation game where you're not that far behind, you might want to consider getting a Manta for the Orchid, or even getting like Lincolns just for the Laguna Blade. But this type of game, I think there's only one way, like damage. You win a team fight with a big vacuum wall and leave. So I don't see any other way that Vega can get back into the game.
VP, time to commence the siege now. Clean up. They do leave the AA top, but he's mostly there for the long-range artillery anyway. Maybe the Witch Doctor could kill him.
Solo kill him?
Maybe. But then you don't have the Death Horde for the high ground defense is the issue. Yeah, the same thought occurred to me. Is he going for a kill here? And does Hand of God, but they now break onto the high ground. Silent spinning. Working over the tower, does good troll trap during this time, but Prophet Triad starts getting spammed out. And now the Death Horde goes. It is a solo kill on the little Hardy, but is it worth it? Death Horde on cooldown now. Let's see if he can be punished. It's a 1-for-1. Phobos there to clean up.
It's still worth it, something for them. You know?
I mean, I'm just thinking Vega right now, go high ground and try to go take a late of Rex, and you don't have your Death Horde.
Black Dragons is actually making it.
It is. It's really killing the
very, very hard to push.
Seems like maybe they have enough creep clear. Oboe style plate mill. Is this an AC?
Yep. I think it should be an AC, so you can actually keep pushing. And a gem is on its way. It's got a gem on the career. Further, you know, remove all the vision, so it's very hard for Vega to know when they can split push.
It's control creeps.
Man, in some ways, I actually feel like it's good for them if the Chen is actually this farmed. If he's actually not this farmed, they wouldn't be able.
They don't have a buffer. Like they don't have sacrificial lambs they can send out.
Dude, it's 5k now.
What do you buy?
What can you buy? Can change the game. Hex?
Hex could be big.
Other than Hex,
the only issue is I feel like there's so many threats. I don't think Dagon. Even if you say kill the Juggernaut, the Lina can still wreck most of your backlines as the Dire Courier does get picked off. I think it was trying to get to the secret shop. But there's a wall of VP heroes preventing that. Can you buy?
I think Hex though. What else would you buy as the Chen? I need to get Parker around here. He's the Chen player. Gonna tell me I'm gonna get some Octarine Core.
Alright. Well, probably. G's got a little tired of the stalemate here in the bottom lane, so he commits the BKB and the Laguna Blade. Does not manage to fight a kill. In fact, everyone's fully HP, and now Vega are looking to turn this. This is their time to shine with the Veil coming out, but oh gee, the two heroes done outside the base. Phobos lobbing out the Sprout. The creeps are trying to keep them at bay. Sioma the Slayer and no one out pretty far. FNG commits, he walks into the wall, then he walks out of the wall. And he goes for the retreat back. The Urn Charge used to try and hang on for his life. This base is just not easy to break into.
Yeah, it was a really good defense by Vega once more. If they weren't that far behind,
I know. Imagine if they weren't down.
They would have
15,000.
They would have destroyed that fight.
And that's why VP have played it so safe, so cautiously. Their Juggernaut 11k up in the Ember, 6k discrepancy on the mids, and another. I guess at this point you compare the Chen and the Prophet, another 3k discrepancy there. Even then, it's not enough to easily get in.
Get the Yules off.
You counter Yules. And then the Bolt. Death Horde committed for this as well. G starting to drop low. They get him with the Shades. Finally!
1k gold.
Finally, Vega. It's been ages. They get one. Silent, meanwhile, has amassed a 7k gold stockpile. But it feels like it's been a while since his gold has led to an actual takedown.
They actually have a lot of gold unspent on the Juggernaut. So
6k on the Chen.
So for the last fight, like it wasn't actually as big of a lead because there was a lot of unspent gold on the Juggernaut back. Abyssal Blade.
doesn't even need the Omni Slash. Just right clicks
Oh,
him down.
look at that! Look at that tree.
Finally gets to see a Mega Treant.
Let's go, push the tower.
All right,
All right.
base cannot possibly stand against this behemoth.
But he's not going to move forward.
All right, there's the Hex. So with the Hex, pretty much kill anyone, I think. There's no one that's so tanky you
That's
can't...
swap though, so
Yeah.
if the bench is around, it's not going to be easy.
That's true. As far as just like raw HP. Comes the Mega Treant, he's leading his flock of fellow friends. But not doing battle with the...
He actually opts to go for the Lincoln. I mean, in the normal situation, I would say yes, but I don't know. Feels like you need more damage.
Oh, they have found Pasha though. They get onto him. FNG swapping out to try to go for the follow-up stun, but
the
too late.
Lincoln's actually saved his life there.
As soon as you question it,
Yeah.
instantly it proves its worth.
Oops, it's well.
Still, whether he needs it or not, it just delays that damage item either way.
Yeah, but then again, like the more I think about it, it's like if he has the Lincolns, it's gonna allow him to farm further up the map because he feels a bit more safer. So it's like more towards like the game dragging longer because that's the only way they can like win. Hopefully with the Ember like 6 slots. Yeah, but
Vega's just playing tower defense at this point. Is silent. Just desperately tries to get some damage out, but it is just not happening for VP. They
Yeah.
have barely done a couple hundred points of damage to any of the lanes, and we're now 41 minutes
it's
in.
actually so hard to push versus the Black Dragon
It's unbelievable.
and the Zeus, you know, like this.
I mean, at some point, that's where I feel like maybe VP just commit like BKBs and just right-click towers and back off, and then wait until their BKBs cool down
yeah,
again.
but they have free run, so they don't really have to rush things, you know. Just wait for ultimates, you spam the treants down, use...
I mean, they're farming the whole map. Their gold lead continues to increase. So, I agree. They don't have to end it.
Vega has no more options left in this game. They're just like playing and reacting towards what VP are doing. And VP understands that the only way Vega can come back into the game is taking a successful team fight. And there's always a risk when, no matter how far ahead you are, you push high ground against Darkseer, he gets a good vacuum wall with a slide, and you lose the team fight.
And they know that. And we know that. It is an elimination game here. Loser will not advance. So a lot at stake for both teams. Definitely understandable that they're taking it easy. Playing it patiently. Their Ice Blast just constantly peppering the Vega base with additional damage. There's just nowhere that's safe right now for that fountain. Are they gonna make a move here bottom lane? Pasha? Oh, he's gonna jump away. So is this the time? I see 4 heroes bottom. They actually looking to go in. They do have the vent swap out if they want to come in.
They haven't really scouted the Roshan yet, I guess. Roshan is up. Alright, they didn't scout the Roshan, so if they actually lose the team fight here, it would be a good opening for Vega to get Roshan.
But Juggernaut using Blade Tree now is going to bring the tower down. Blinking in is G. He goes with the Yule Scepter VP if they finally found that big fight to turn the game. Looking for the Omni Slash opportunity, not finding it just yet. Mag does deploy the wall, but G continues to lay into him from the low ground. Now FNG caught out of it. The Death Ward begins to bounce. This is going to hurt if VP don't get out of here quickly. They do. The Slate of Fizz almost finishes off FNG, but all 5 cleanly escape. The wall gets committed. Now let's see.
Oh,
Are they going top now?
Did you spot out?
Yeah. Buyback, I believe.
Okay, so they should be able to retreat and get the Roshan after that. Once they scout the Rosh pit. That's still good amount of damage there done to the Vega.
And no losses for VP. That's the key.
But you could see that no matter how far ahead they are, they get a good wall with the vacuum, with the Zeus, they're still dishing out a huge amount of damage there, despite the item discrepancy between the two teams.
Also, credit to VP, their positioning was good. They had the Juggernaut on the right side, Lina in the middle with the BKB. The Venge was a little close, but the AA very far back, the Prophet doing his own thing. Like, they did not group up as 5 to get caught by the
Yeah,
vacuum.
that's basically how you want to play. You send only the Jug to siege the towers, and Lina just waiting until he finds a chance to blow someone up, and Prophet will be doing his own thing somewhere in another lane, preferably. That would minimize the chances of Vega taking a very, very big team fight with the second plus wall light of this more. They're just taking and approaching the game with the best way of minimizing the stuff that can go wrong for VP.
And
Wow, he has 2 gems.
FNG is just balling. 2 gems, more other items coming out. Cheese on the floor. Maybe FNG will get a handout this time. Perhaps they should donate it to Vega, who feeling a bit malnourished at this point. Season of giving is over though. We're now into January. Now it's gonna clear out the big camp, and they do have vision here. Solo. He's gone in pretty far, and immediately VP, the extermination squad, is sent out. He narrowly dodges their net as he heads for freedom. He wants to find a new home, Solo on a pilgrimage to another land, far, far away.
He wants to go to the Ancients to get a
He
creep.
is desperate for something. He wants a creep, he wants a scrap, whatever he can get, and he is going to get it. Black Dragon secured. This is almost as good as the Mayflower. He'll take. Oh,
Oops.
Cardi and the Black Dragon's Adventures. This sounds like a really great cartoon. Where will they go next, Winter?
Escape.
Here we go. What a pair. So cute together.
Can they be cute if one is organic and one is not organic?
That's what's cute.
That doesn't
The
fit.
blending of mechanical and organic life to create something new and beautiful.
Frankenstein? Question mark. Make stuff that shouldn't be added together into something.
See, gets it.
But they're still holding out the game. That's like the only good news.
I mean, that's just like that's not even as much as it's funny. Like that's just how creative Vega have to get. I'm impressed by the fact that he even managed to get out
they
there.
found a way to defend the base.
You got to pull out all the stops in this situation. Silent doesn't have to be clever though. He can just go hit building.
And this is the correct move. Only the Juggernaut should be sieging the base. This is the correct move.
He's up in front.
They're taking no chances. Look at that. It's like
The summon back they do deploy the Hex here, but Silent is absolutely fine for now.
so everything is so calculated. They are not taking any chances.
You don't want to throw this game. Like you will not be able to sleep at night if you're a VP and you throw this. They are gonna be very careful. Cardi and Dragon is watching it happen while the base is under heavy siege. Silent will back his way out. Mag looking for an opening to go in, but again the positioning very impressive here. VP just so far back, so spread out. Vega are gonna have to come out if they want to play. Phobos is gonna deal with the side lane.
This is the dream Nature's Prophet game, you know? If you're playing a game like this as Nature's Prophet,
You can just do whatever you want. You can get 10 items, no problem. Your Juggernaut is there as plan B. It's not all on you. Hand of God, dude, but Solo, oh boy. Oh mama. It's been a while since G got to do that, 48 minutes in. And he really enjoyed it. You can see the dots, they really start to spread out here towards the end. Back in, and onto the melee. Slapping away, and this time our first racks of the game. Virtus Pro have done it. It took them a long time. Vega with an admirable defense, but eventually the Juggernaut has his way.
unfortunately, they're just gonna die slowly at this rate. All the chip damage from the Treants, the Prophet, Ultimate, his summons, and whatever.
At some point they have to go
make
for
a move.
something.
Yeah, they have to make a move to stop this. Like, Chan hacks, search the Chanian, he hacks someone, start a fight.
We saw them hex Silent, but they couldn't even come close to killing him. Maybe with the MKB on Posh, it'll be a bit different now. There's the pull. Still has the Aegis though.
trying so desperate to just find an opening though. And every time VP are sieging, they're just doing the right thing, like sending Juggernaut alone.
And they're
Very
keeping the
difficult.
other lanes in as well. Prophet going to deal with top, so that no matter what, Vega are caged in all directions.
Yeah, there's not many moves that Vega can actually make. It's either you try to run past the Juggernaut and kill the heroes behind, but then you have to tank the Omni Slash, or you try to engage on the Juggernaut, which is not ideal for you.
Have a cheese, Silent. It'll make you feel better.
My Aegis is expiring and I'm going to regenerate. I don't need your cheese. I don't need your.
Eat the cheese, damn it!
I'm not trying.
You fool! You fool! I imagine Lil is.
Did they actually have vision?
I'm pretty sure Lil is.
Where's the vision?
I'm pretty sure Lil's like, I told you so right now. So hard.
How did they know?
I think he's just guessing. Silent is gonna end up getting caught out here a little bit. Now the deadboard goes. FNG could be in trouble. He'll drop quickly. They have lost the Venge. Vega at Luglash getting something, but it's the Rat in the top lane. They need to deal with no one. Working on the silence, preventing follow-up damage. Now the jump forward. Pasha getting right down this Prophet. He needs backup. He needs your help more now that Evergy's arrived at the last moment, but no one's kept alive. He survives with the heal, and it looks like he's gonna get away back to the mid lane where the Juggernaut is working on structures, objectives, trying to actually take what they need to break the space, but Silent can't quite do it. Vega, hang on. They get two.
He got 2 towers, I guess. Or 2 heroes. I'm pretty sure they're fine with
I
that.
consider that a win for Vega, though. Like, considering how the game's gone, oh, this would be even bigger. Silent trapped out. Could be next. On 3. This is gonna hurt. Oh, maybe not as much as that. Go Scepter, you'll Scepter, and they had the unstoppable
Okay,
streak.
that was 1 versus.
That looked like he was gonna kill
That was
all
1
three of them,
versus
though.
3, and he got 1 kill, and you know, at least he got 1 kill.
If they didn't have Ghost Scepter and Yule Scepter, I think he kills all 3 there. So
Alright, 2 careers.
very fortunate it's
They have
not
2
worse.
careers. Okay, Pasha have his data, let's complete.
Well, because they had the one die earlier, right? So, yeah. They're pulling out all the stops here.
Okay,
Went to.
game is getting interesting now.
So Juggernaut's out of item slots. That's good news. I mean, I guess he could start in, you know, some 7-8 slot Dota here. Could replace the Sanjin Yasha. maybe.
Refresher BKB. Sounds good. Feels good.
Yeah. Sounds good. That feels good. Great. What else? Item-wise, G is pretty much maxed out as well. I mean, you could replace some of the cheaper items.
Aether Lens. See you later.
That's our Prophet doing.
BKB.
BKB.
Can
And
still
of
buy.
course, they can all get their moon shards.
Can buy his moonshot, sell his face boots, you know, Prophet doesn't need boots, you know. So that's another item slot available for him. They have, they have
for
a lot of
anyone,
items to buy.
I just want to say, for anyone who's questioning why VP didn't just walk in and end the game, this is why. Vega are very scary defending the base.
It's just the composition. If only Vega had another hero that has like right click or a carry potential, then VP might actually be scared going to late game because they have Zeus.
Yeah, whereas right now, it really feels like Vega need like mass hex to actually take it late. And even then, VP just have more raw damage output. Ember is also getting close
Yeah,
to
I
max.
still think that they just repeat what they've been doing. Use the Juggernaut, siege 1 lane, Prophet is doing his own thing, and everyone sit behind the Juggernaut. The other heroes. For a swap or whatever, just let him siege.
Oh, Silent.
Gonna jump.
Sees
Abyssal.
opportunity. They are gonna break the Lincolns, but
Oh,
able to
the
pump.
damage! Holy shit, that was like 2 spells. Oh my god, half of his HP gone. Alright, he needs BKB.
yeah, it definitely feels like.
I mean, if you have BKB, you BKB and you siege. No BKB, you run out, and you still have spin to hit the building. So that's like the safest play. Okay, BKB. No, he gets BKB now.
All right.
Let's go, boys.
Winter, you're a commentator. You're not allowed to help VP.
So I'm allowed to. What? I'm helping myself so they can end the game fast. I can go for a break.
You must be like your friend and be silent. Same idea. You see that too, Stash. Like, yeah, I really need it. Oh, goes in again. They swap back, but swap into nothing. Oh, he's dropped Sanjay Yasha. What's he gonna grab instead? Oh, there's the big kid. You go sell it now.
I'm being like my friend now. That's what he told me to be. Really do not appreciate that.
I appreciate it. Alright, they have BKB. Can they go? Can they do things? Is this the time?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can, unless he gets hexed here.
Silent. Oh, no one's gonna catch him out, but he does. Oh, he got the Blade Fury off in time. Still, they might be able to run him down. The Remnant forward. BKB from Silent, and they've got a lot of ways to deal with the Omni. Look at the top lane where they are pushing. Mag also getting caught out on the right side of the fight. Mag is gonna barely survive. Now the Lena's isolated, and they are holding the top lane with the Chen army. Prophet cannot break through, at least not easily. No, now the Chen's out of the picture, and might end up going down. Zeus down for 110 seconds. Pasha could be next to chase forward. Silent going the other way. Come back here, Ember. You want a piece of this? You want a piece of this? Down he goes. Deathboard though holds the line. Prophet gonna die as well. It's a chain feed onto the Deathboard. Lena dead for 120 seconds. G is out of the picture. That's a dieback on him. Silent, his turn to run in and possibly die as Pasha re-enters the point. He does have buyback though if needed, and he might need it. FNG
Silent?
leaping forward, slashed down by Pasha.
Oh,
Silent
no!
next, they're gonna kill him. 2, 4 are dead. Vega, they're hanging on. Barely though.
Okay,
Only
so
2 racks.
they still have 2 Raxes remaining. What has buyback? Dragon has buyback, Bench has buyback. Okay.
So I guess Lena dies and then buys back, instantly TP's top and just eats the death ward and dies again. We only caught the tail end of it with all the action elsewhere.
Oh dear. Oh, they should still be fine, yeah? Gorman, they should be fine.
Yeah, seems fine. Seems fine. Some like 1 or 2 core diebacks could just straight up throw this game. Especially if the Jug dies back. Prophet is not that scary, honestly.
Dude, if they're gonna be able to
head-on fight.
If they're gonna be able to force the buybacks here, it'll be huge for them.
I think they can. I think they do just enough damage to force the Jug to buy back.
Oh no.
Unless they just want to give up a full lane of Rax for free.
Alright, they buy back and everyone has to run.
Pasha flicking in deep, hoping for a pickoff. Ice Blast is there. Jug has bought back, has the Omni.
Okay,
One more bad fight for VP, and Vega
we see progress.
might turn this one around.
There's progress for them. But they can still rely on red total tactics to get the last 2 Raxes with the Prophet.
What are Prophet's items right now? I know he had the AC. Yeah, he could change some of these out if he wants to just be able to hit buildings harder.
Refresher maybe even? To just make sure that the...
He doesn't really need the phase boots necessarily.
Either you go for Death Soul or I think you go Refresher.
I guess it depends on if he's actually... I think you can just have a Death Soul like ready to go in the base if you decide you're gonna go for
or
the
you
structure.
buy it in the enemy base, you know?
That too. That's the plan B. And yeah, Witch Doctor's gotta have it.
That's heck.
Oh man.
Lotus Orb, man, they need Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb. Only Lotus Orb in the game is on the AA.
VP. Finally, Vega are outside of the base, and they really want to smoke and punish this. They're going to show the Zeus mid. FNG ready to commit forward. He gets the swap off. It's into a Hex. Mag down for the count very likely, but already they've lost the Fen. Just the trade. Pasha tanks an AA Ice Blast. And now they get the Hex out onto Silent. Lotus Orb is there, though, to cleanse it and keep them safe. And they keep on chasing forward. Do they have a secondary Hex? He blinks in. He goes in with right click. He bashes onto no one. Silent is so fed up with all this crap from Vega. He just wants to kill somebody. Omni slashes the entire Chen army. Yeah, take that, you suckers. But then he gets Hexed and he will go down. Solo is the trade. G laying into no one. It looks like they'll get the Zeus. That's 3 to Vega. No buybacks there. It is, in the end, though, a Juggernaut who drops out of the picture for 100 seconds. Can they get more kills? Pasha looking for it. Chasing forward onto G. Might just be able to break down this lead, and the Creeps are pushing it top. So close. Gets the kill. 5 are dead. VP, they have 3 buybacks, but the 2 biggest cores, they don't. And now the tree heads.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. So
this is why VP are taking the siege so cautiously before that. Because they knew something like this could happen if they make a misstep.
Pasha, can he be the hero?
Maybe force another buyback?
You gotta be aggressive now, right? Knowing that the Juggernaut, the Lena have died back. Those are your 2 biggest nemesis. Prophet's gonna TP way behind this mid lane. They want to go, and he's expecting where the Remnant is. Actually, maybe he saw it. Phobos can't quite get in range, so Forces out another core buyback. Casual moon shards ready to go. Base is a problem though, and while that was happening, creeps are doing the work. Tier 4s are crumbling, all the buffer buildings removed.
They actually have quite a good lineup to defend, you know. All their heroes are quite good, like Chen and the Darkseer, Ember, Zeus, all the heroes are very good at defending. They still have a shot in this game, if they can actually win one team fight again. One more
I
team
assume
fight.
it's rapier time for Pasha?
Yes, rapier time. No other choice. Let's go, let's do it, boys.
Do you think MKB is the item to remove here?
Yeah, I think Dagger is core. You have to be able to blink around and be mobile. In the
And
team fight.
yeah, and save your remnant to get out.
And Lincoln's is also important for him to be able to survive, so I don't think he can replace anything else.
If only there were more consumable late game items for Ember.
You can consume. What else do you want to consume? Dragonlance?
If you could just consume a rapier.
That's why you're not the guy doing the balance changes, you know?
I'm not saying it should be in the game, I'm just saying Ember wishes it was. Jesus. Chill.
I'm already chill.
You're
know?
just like, your default reaction is angry. This is why you're not the balance designer for Dota, you idiot. God. Just fucking conversation here, Winter. Why don't you want to be my friend?
Because I'm already your friend.
So what, then if you're already friends, you have to become their enemy? Is that
You know, when you talk to friends, you don't... You get what I mean, you know? When you talk to friends, you don't talk like that. You don't try to be courteous, you don't try to be, you know, mannered. You just flame them.
Oh, Winter.
And then you call them names, you call them, you know what I call you. So. The man with the plate meals.
So the base is slightly protected for now. There's a couple structures, some shambles of what was once the proud Vega fortress still standing. Meanwhile, very healthy and happy VP.
This is like the mansion, and the Vega base is like a slum. That was 10,000 gold.
It still feels like nothing though. They are getting the lanes pushed out though, and that will be key come this next big fight.
You know how hard it is to push out the lanes when you lose racks and you're against Prophet?
Yeah,
They're actually doing such a good job.
I know. The Ember factor is kicking in now that he's actually got the
Golden Sword.
yes, the sword of many winds. Like how silent he doesn't even care about selling this SNY anymore. Got gold upon gold. Their Ice Blast, Vega, hanging out near the Ancients. That's where the real party's at. Got chilling on their side of the map. It is truly tower defense, though. Elstroms, Mjolnirs, maybe. Think they want to look towards for more creep clear.
Maelstrom on Zeus? Question mark?
Oh,
I think we saw Maelstrom on Dazzle. Like I can't remember what game was that. I think FNG got a Maelstrom on his Dazzle to push out the lane.
Definitely feels like they need more.
He was against a Prophet.
Yeah. I feel they need. Like it sounds clowny, but it just might be what the doctor ordered at this point. Any additional wave clear you can cobble together.
So which doctor has to be the one?
Yeah. He's a doctor, man. I don't know if I would want him to operate on me, but in the name. Gonna get the lanes pushed out again, though. I've already secured the Roche VP. No reason to start rushing things now after being patient this long. It's currently a cheese on silent. Buyback cooling down soon for everyone, I believe. What's our buyback statuses? Everyone's got it now. Aside from the Prophet. So if you're VP, I guess you wait for the Prophet buyback and then you look to go.
VP, I get impatient, I run into the base and I die.
That's what Vega are about. That's what they're banking on. Many a pub game has been thrown that way. They'll wait out your opponents until they have to go to the bathroom or real life commitments get in the way.
So that's basically your strat? You're telling me that's how you win your pub games?
No. I mean, I'm just saying it is a tool in the arsenal. You know, if you really need that win, you just bank on your
So
opponent's
you
getting.
win because your opponent has to go for a toilet break.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Whatever it takes, Winter. Sometimes you just need MMR.
You don't even play. Why do you want
I
MMR?
do play.
No, you don't.
I played like last week before we came to Starladder.
Oh yeah, you.
What, do you have a spy cam in my house? Are you watching me constantly? Jesus, man.
I don't need a spy cam. You know, all I need is go to your account, click watch game. You have other accounts? I'm gonna add you on your other account. Please accept me.
No, I like not having you spy on me. Sometimes you just need to chill. Have a break.
I'm already chilling.
Alright, well maybe you're chilling too much then. I just need to heat up. It's cold, man. We're in Minx. So, VP, profit buyback, I think it's pretty much ready. 30 seconds, and then I imagine they'll just get all the lanes pushed out and they'll just go for it. Seems like the time to do it. Can't imagine there's any big item that they're waiting for other than...
They're only waiting for the profit buyback and just maybe a good timing. Do they have any smoke to make any surprise play? Nope. So probably the plan is to try and distract somewhere else so Prophet can take the Rex, or someone else to distract and Juggernaut can take the Rex in mid. They have one last smoke.
What is the ideal smoke play here? Oh, Stash Rapier? Or is he gonna wear it? Ah, he doesn't really have room.
I think you try to distract with the other heroes and Prophet or Juggernaut take the Rex. It might be the play, like maybe swap into the Lina stun or...
Into the Hex.
Yeah, something like that.
He have Hexes. Lil Hardy to grab his own. Just saving for buyback for now. Gonna be triple Hex.
They actually have a lot of room to buy more items. Your Lina can replace the Aether and you know, AA can buy more items.
I imagine VP are hoping that they don't need to resort to that to win this game. They're probably thinking, we should be able to win now, there's the swap. Then they immediately locked out no one trying to finish him off. He's kept alive for the moment though, with the Yule Scepter. Does drop down and falls in the end. Now G walks in, he gets hexed up. BKB pops though, he'll be okay. Buyback on the Zeus. Still haven't actually finished off this last Rax, but the lanes are pushing. They're gonna back off to the top lane, push that one in. Still maintaining their 5 buyback advantage.
5 buyback advantage.
That's the true advantage. That's the true advantage here. They have 5, Vega have 2. When you get to the 67 minute mark, Winter, you measure advantage in terms of number of buybacks. That's where we've come.
Oh, Venge only has 1 item.
Fortunately, Venge doesn't need many items. That's the beauty of this.
You want to have Aghanim's. You know how much Aghanim's does? Tried it? Dude.
Yeah, it would be nice, but I mean, she can still do what she needs to do already.
But you can do twice as much with the Aghanim's. You never die.
I mean, how do you propose that she gets her eggs? Just stop pushing the lanes and let Benj farm?
She's almost there. She has 4k gold.
Well, you need to save for buyback.
You have eggs.
The eggs is your buyback?
It's like you're dead, but you can still cast spells, you know? It's like the buyback.
Kind of.
Have you ever seen like Bench with eggs and Wraith King with eggs? You actually never die.
Yeah, and then you need an Ursa and an Abaddon with eggs, and you have team invulnerable.
Your accents lacks would sad. Because you said Abaddon instead of Omni Knight.
I don't know if Omni Knight's a poser anyway. This Lax is just in denial.
I'm not gonna take the blame for that when he gets upset after this.
He's just upset the hero's getting picked. He doesn't care what I say about it. Oh, AA?
Ever since when have we seen a game that has 6 Sight of Ice? Sight of Ice in one game.
5 blink daggers on one team. That's
Poor wench. He's not part of the party.
he's the designated driver. He makes sure everyone gets home safely. The rest of the ones are the ones living it up. They're responsible FNG. So to counter the 6 hexes, obviously you need to have 6 Lotus Orbs.
Obviously.
Literally the only solution.
No, there's another solution, a more expensive solution. Diffuser's Blade. Slightly more expensive, slightly worse. No, that's the old school counter.
Ooh. Which is fine. Alright, we'll see a move out to the bottom lane. Ember desperately trying to hang on. Vega's tournament lives at stake here. And VP still waiting for their opening. Where's it gonna come from? They spoke
Right
to
now.
the north.
This is the opening, right here, right now.
They're looking for the wraparound, the sneak attack. Buybacks all online, I do believe. 8 out of 10. They know the Zeus can't. You kill the Zeus, you've got the one-man advantage. It'll become a quick power play for VP. They find that jump. Smoke has worn off now. The
Swap
Pasha
hex.
gotta show him.
Swap hex!
FNG.
Swap hex.
Oh. Had him in the sights.
It's a 1400 range plus the Ada lens. Look at where they're staying. He's standing him back.
I mean, that's like the only safe spot. They've just got the one tower there to protect them. Are they making the move in? They did get the swap off. The hexes there on the mag. FNG starting the fight off. MVP of this one, perhaps, despite the lack of items. MVP finally done it. Darkseer's buyback. He may need to use it here right away. 106 seconds on the quote. I'm surprised he's holding it for so long because the whole team's committed to this fight. Still not using the buyback. Silent retreating out. Lil's gonna pop his cheese. G refreshes, goes to work again. Tried for the follow-up hex, but there was a Lincoln Spear ready to go on Pasha. Now Mag has said, this is the time for me to buy back. Sleight of Fist through, doing a lot of work with the vacuum on the 2. Now jumping forward, trying to finish up G. They may burn him down. They do get the G kill. He's got buyback. 100 seconds. If he doesn't want to use it, he pops it right away. Looks to re-engage. Phobos could be next. Pasha in danger now. Needs to simply do not away, and he does make it out. FNG caught for the death force. With heavy damage. They're going to bring him down too. Silent could be next. It's Prophet's turn to buy back. He can't afford to die again, and he goes back to the jungle. Quickly gets out of there. Still the base alive. They hang on. G drops below half. Through that. That's a casual 8,000 gold. So wait, who cares about the gold at this point? It's all about the buybacks now. Ouch.
Why do we always have to get games like this here? Every time.
All right. Now, what do you want to talk about for the next 10? Oh, bottom lane. More action. More action. Phobos this is a dieback. Phobos can't hide. Oh, he does. Boom. Pasha ends him, and now he wants Lil Hardy. He's going to get him as well. Everyone except for the Prophet is the buyback.
God.
But 2 minutes without their prized Rat King, Virtus Pro. Oh, no. They do not want to become Virtus Pro.
I'm afraid they already are. At this
I
they have how many
don't
buybacks?
know if they can hold without the Prophet.
3 buybacks plus Lina.
They don't have an Omni Slash right now either. Vega just marched down mid. There's the buyback on the AA. The Chen army comes in. All the lanes are pushing out. There is no real threat to the Dire base, despite the fact that it's empty and naked. Pasha keeps on going. He's even got the stash rapier. He still has the extra life.
God.
He's taking down the melee racks. Vega, this could be a comeback for the ages. There's the swap hex. It's on to no one trying to focus him down. This could be a terrible death. The Vega direction. No, he's kept alive. The Lotus Orb's going to work here. Chucking out the bolts. Prophet still 60 seconds. Juggernaut not going to use his buyback, so he will have a second life in this fight should he go down. The Ember now looking to retreat. Jugs back. Sleight of Fist almost kills up two, and it will, with no one jumping in. Jams it home. Boom, shakalaka. Another kill looking for G. Backing him back. The Death Ward's there. They're jumping in. They're charging forward. Vega taking over. MVP thrown now completely under assault. Where's the backup? The Rat King's going bottom. It's the Juggernaut to the Dire base. Silent turning this one into a base race. Does he have the damage? Vega quick to work. They're going home. They don't want to trade. They want this one clean. Silent. He will go down. Vega have defended. and now they look for the end. VP, so slow, so safe, and so freaking dead unless Silent can save the day here. Going to work on a second life. Pasha brings down the structures, now the Blade Fury working on Silent spinning, but not getting the damage out. Remnant's away, he can fight back in, and Siola just taking too long to fall. They get the kill there as well, and it's all over. Virtus Pro, no extra lives, it's just the Prophet, but there's nothing he can do at this point. No one with the Yules. Don't just sit on the sidelines, we're taking this one. Vega all the way to the bank. VP, oh my god, have officially thrown this game away. Vega with some incredible plays down the stretch. Oh my god, they can't even believe it. Look at those faces. Oh, look at them. Even the team that won can't believe what just happened.